loving Father who created the universe. He adopted you as his own child when he made you in his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. This gentle human being came and lived on this earth in Palestine when Tiberius was emperor. He had disciples who wrote the details of his actions and words in books whose manuscripts are in many of our leading museums. So we can be more certain of his words than of any other famous men of that time. For though we believe Plato and Aristotle on the basis of about 20 manuscripts written hundreds of years after their births, we have thousands of manuscripts to substantiate the life of this Jesus of Nazareth. And we were made as part of him even before he came to earth. But we don't believe that reality. We live upside down, outside in, as if we really did make ourselves. We look outside, not inside, for what we need. We use our minds to manipulate stocks and people, things and circumstances to meet our need for security and significance. Our Maker knows what he has made and foresaw the mess we would make of our own natures. But he resolved to bear our cruelties and passions within his own Son, so that we could see what life with him and life without him was like. We, of course, don't see that his Son's death was just a temporal expression of the pain and death our Maker bore outside time in eternity. So we persist in trying to fix our broken selves by our own broken abilities. This is why we face such frustration when we try to overcome our bad temper or our persistent lust. We are using wills and minds that have been enslaved to people and things for years and years. In fact, our natures are not human any longer. They are carnal, totally depraved over centuries of inbreeding. Not just incapable of changing themselves, but utterly opposed to such action. This is why we experience such limited success with our self-help systems. We are using damaged instruments, our own contorted faculties, to try to adjust the malfunction of those same faculties. Our Maker knew that we would develop whole individual and societal systems that would be based on self-made people. So he permitted its creation, but remade the real world meanwhile, and real people, outside time, as they were originally. The fact is, only the complete replacement of the old damaged world with the original creation can solve our problems. This eternal event is what the temporal death of his Son at Calvary expresses. Outside time, in the real world whose attributes we are beginning to glimpse in quantum physics, God destroyed our perverted natures and fallen world, and remade the invisible real world that is permanent. As we live in that faith, our minds begin to operate so that they can understand our Maker's plans for his Son's life in each of us. We then experience a world of consequences and responses that are governed by God's wisdom rather than chaos. But our Creator wants us to understand what he is like and how we have personal existence in him. So he wants us to understand that he has planned each day of our lives. But our full enjoyment depends on our perception of his will through intuition as we get to know him. Then we can use our minds to understand His guidance, so that we are able to express His will through our thoughts and words and actions. But we, of course, have developed an individual and social process that operates in direct opposition to this. So we see daily the difference between life with Him and life without Him. Although He can remake us as well-behaving robots, our Father Creator wants friends. Therefore He replaces our broken selves only as we see and accept the changes. Thus each day we have opportunities to see and accept His work in us. Full of ourselves, we look out on a world of people and things that we seek to use and that seek to use us. Our little minds and emotions are affected by them moment by moment. Our wills are often bypassed or subverted by knee-jerk mental and physical reactions. And our consciences lack certainty, while our world becomes more chaotic each year. Through all this chaos, our Maker continues to save you and me from the increasing threat. So let's discuss how this happens in our daily lives.